Hi, all, this is Sean from Time and Talk. So, this video is going to be about my Rolex Explorer 214270, and I have owned this for 5 years this year. So, I just wanted to make a video in terms of what it's like after 5 years wear, and also to explain really why I like the Rolex Explorer so much, and to give 5 reasons why I think it's my favorite watch of all time, really. So, I'm just gonna give some shots of the watch and its condition to let you have a look at it. So obviously there's some scratches on it. Well, there's quite a lot of scratches on it. I would say in the last 5 years, I've probably worn it 90% of the time, maybe. I have other watches and I have an Omega Speedmaster as well, but this by far gets the most wrist time. And I wouldn't say it was beaten up, but I wouldn't say it looked anywhere near new. And I think, to be honest, it wears the scratches quite well. And with it being called the Rolex Explorer, you would expect it to. So, in terms of this watch, I mean, why do I like it so much? So, there's 5 reasons. First of all, the history of the watch. So, since it was first released in the 50s, it's had a lot of history. Obviously, we all know the stories if you're watching this video. Tenzing Norgay, Edmund Hillary apparently wore the watch on their ascent to Everest. And it's interesting, really, because, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I literally think this is a bog standard oyster case. And in terms of the Explorer, as pure marketing, there's no difference between an Explorer's case or why it would be better at exploring than any other Rolex watch. So that shows you how amazing Rolex are at marketing. Also, in terms of the people who have wore these watches, you've got Ian Fleming, you've got David Attenborough, who I recently discovered is an Explorer wearer or was an Explorer wearer. You've got fictional characters like Don Draper. All those sorts of things add to its allure. And it's a brilliant watch in that sense because its history punches way above its weight. There are loads of watches that are way older and that have way more historical provenance than this watch, but it's managed to pack so much into that short space of time, or relatively short. Second, in terms of the cool factor, so just think in terms of the people who we know who have worn this watch. I mean, apparently it was the original Bond watch, and it's referenced in, I think it's in Her Majesty's Secret Service. He talks about using a heavy oyster perpetual or something like that to bash someone in the face with as a knuckle duster. And I think people think that it was the Explorer that he was talking about. Obviously, James Bond went on to wear a Submariner, famously, and obviously now Omega. But in terms of the coolness of that, and the fact that we've seen it on the wrists of some incredibly cool people, obviously you may be like, I'm not led by things like that. And I didn't really choose this watch because it was worn by a particular person, but it certainly does kind of add to the charm. It's like a bonus, if you like. Third thing, the versatility of the watch. So this is primarily the reason that I chose it. So originally when I bought the watch, I was choosing between a number of pieces. So I thought, shall I get a Rolex Explorer 2, the 16570, a Datejust, which to be honest probably suits my wrist size a little bit more. But in the end I got this one because it's just so versatile. It goes with anything. You can wear it in any occasion. It's sporty enough to be truly sporty. It's dressy enough to do dressy well. The Datejust does dressy better, and I think the Explorer does sporty better, but I think the Explorer edges it in terms of being able to do both. The versatility in a collection, I think it can be a bad thing because you might just want to wear this all the time. But if it's an only watch in particular, it's an amazing thing to have a watch that's so versatile. Another thing, the fourth thing, is the timelessness of it. Not only the fact that this watch has remained relatively unchanged in 70 years or so, but also it's ageless. You can wear this watch no matter what age you are. So there's some baggage around the Datejust of being about it's for older guys, and some watches might be a bit more youthful, whereas this watch can see you through the whole of your life, really. Finally, it's a Rolex that doesn't scream Rolex. So, I mean, to a certain extent, it's a cliche, but it is a really good thing when, you know, you wear this out and you go on holiday and you wear it in unfamiliar environments. And nobody goes to clubs at the moment, obviously, but you wear it in a club. You don't want someone to spot it and you know, try and steal it from you. Datejust, etc. might have a little bit of that, but this watch is much more under the radar. You know, I've never had somebody notice that I'm wearing a Rolex, which is a good thing in my opinion. Could be a bad thing if you're looking to impress people, but I like the fact that this is a bit more under the radar. It suits my personality a little bit more. Okay, so hope this video was useful, particularly if you're looking to buy a Rolex Explorer, but also if you're just interested in the watch. Gives you some good visuals and also gives you some idea of why I like it and why I bought it. So thanks very much for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye bye.